What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction. Back with some more Sarah McLachlan, returning to the Fumbling Towards Ecstasy album, 93/94. Thank you, as always, to Michaela. And the next track is Circle, which is a single-word title. Those are notoriously difficult to get any kind of read on. And in this case, we're literally just talking a shape. Now, a circle, though, is a perhaps more figuratively or metaphorically useful shape, in that a circle is something which wraps around to the beginning when it finishes. It is something which is symmetrical and can be indicative of a cycle or something which turns over on itself again and again. And given that the meaning would seem to suggest a unending process, an infinite loop, I do wonder whether there could be some figurative meaning specifically in that direction. Of course, it could just be a visual circle, whether, the sun in the sky or some object in someone's home. I feel like it could have a much more specific and, let's say, mundane meaning, although even then, talking about the simplicities or the tactile objects of life can actually be quite profound, depending on context. So I'll just see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Sarah McLachlan, as well as Luca trying to invade, and it is the track Circle from her album Fumbling Toward Ecstasy, or Towards Ecstasy, 1993/94. Felt like a very natural laugh.
There are two of us talking in circles, and one of us who wants to leave. In a world created for only us, an empty cage that had no key. Don't you know that we're working with flesh and blood, carving out in jealousy? Crawling into each other and smothering every little part of me. What kind of love is this that keeps me hanging on, despite everything it's doing to me? What is this love that keeps me coming back for more when you're lonely and misery? I know too many people unhappy in life from which they love to flee, watching others get everything offered, they're wanting for discovery. Oh, my brother, my sister, my mother, you're losing your identity. Can't you see that it's you in the window, shining with intensity? Kind of love is this
that's fascinating. Like, for much of the opening, it gave me this down-tempo, atmospheric folk pop type of feel, which seems like one of the major flavors of the album, but we definitely get a big dosage of blues, even blues rock, and especially in the guitar, and even more particularly in that instrumental interlude / guitar solo. There's a dash of soul with her vocal delivery in particular, those big flourishes and extensions in particular, and then there's still like a bit of that, what's the right word, like, again, down tempo but almost ambient style, meaning there's some of these like sweeping pads that have a bit of electric sound to them that were in the background. So yeah, it's like a folk pop meets blues with a dash of soul and an electronic support structure. I realize that's a run-on description, but yeah, it feels like there's some different ingredients. Folk pop and blues being the most notable, but a couple other ingredients as well. Lovely vocal performance. And then lyrically, I feel like the main thrust of the song, at least as I took it, was more or less clear. This idea that she feels like she's in a circle, a like constant cycle in which, like, you know, she's going through these discussions, maybe even arguments, but she's the one who feels like she's not in a good place, like she's being mistreated or not treated the way she should be, and she's sort of miserable about it, but she for some reason keeps coming back. She keeps circling back and re-engaging with it, whereas maybe it would serve her better just to walk away and to, you know, cut her losses, so to speak. So there's a self-questioning, an investigation or an introspection that seems to be happening, and at least an implicit denigration of the way this other person may be engaging with her. And yet there was that section in sort of the middle where she said, like, what was it, brothers and sisters and mothers, like, what is it, like, are you losing your identity? I forget exactly what the line was, but it seemed, oh, and then also, like, you're the ones, like, shining in the window for all to see, something like that. So I don't quite know how to take those lines. And at first I thought she was going to contrast herself with other people, like, oh, everybody else just seems to have, you know, these perfect dynamics, perfect relationships, whereas mine, I'm trying to get it to that, but it just goes through where I feel miserable again and I should leave, but I don't, and I'm trying to make it work, and I come around again and again in this circle. But then it seemed like she was making a different point about the people out there and in the windows, so I don't quite know how to interpret that part on a first listen, but yeah, I love her vocals, really cool, and I enjoy the dynamic sonic nature of the song so far, and this one in particular, which again seemed to have some different sonic angles to it, which made a very nice composite whole. So from the now calm and restful Luca, initially a bit mischievous and overly adventurous, do let me know what you think of the tune, and I will see you next time. Peace.